Hi! In this video, you will learn how to see a setback coming, how to take action to change it or even avoid it. Hi, I'm Kalinka from Reclaiming Life and we are starting right now. This is what you should expect from this video. You should see a difference between unforeseen, setback, failure and quitting. You are going to change and be prepared if the setback is something that is deeply out of your control. And next, you are going to avoid a setback based on your knowledge and making those habits hard to control you. Unforeseen is an adjective that describes something that will happen to you or me soon or later. Hence, it's out of our control. A setback is a noun, something that could be out of our control, but not necessarily. Normal refers to a short time delay of progress, even if that differs from person to person. Language is always changing, is evolving, but sometimes we use a few words not in the most correct way. For example, the word failure. Failure is also a noun and has a negative connotation, but normally should imply a lack of option. Most of the time, failure happens out of our control. On the other hand, quitting is a verb implying a decision. It's not necessarily dependent on something external, as only to do with what we think and what we decide. In my last video, we explored how to find those triggers that lead us to setbacks. In this video, we're going to get all of that, everything that you have written on those papers. What do you do? How you were feeling? What time of the day? And we're going to see, are those unforeseen? Well, if that is, there's nothing that you can do about it, and it will not be a setback. It would be something that will, for that short time, you will not going to be able to commit, but you easily go back. For example, I suffer from fibromyalgia. It's something that is out of my control, but I know that twice, sometimes 3 times a year, I flare up. When I flare up, I cannot do the things that I plan on doing. So what am I going to do? I'm going to change it. I'm going to be prepared. So if in your little papers that you see that often because you suffer from a problem, and it could be something else, but something that you know that will be recurring and will interfere with your plans, be prepared for it. For example, this time I decided halfway that I was going to do different exercise. I knew that I couldn't walk, so I was looking for exercises that I could do without wearing a bra, because bra is really bad on my shoulders. I have a big bust and it has to hold all that weight, and it's really painful when I'm flaring up. When I'm not, it's absolutely fine. But what have I done? I knew that if I started exercising just at home, I know that I'm not going to do that because I tried before and it doesn't work with me. So I decided to sign up for classes close by, and I'm doing Tai Chi. That is really good for your flaring up with pain. I'm doing yoga and I'm doing aqua aerobics. Aquarobics, I can wear a swimming suit and I'm inside the water protects me, it's low impact. The same as yoga, I can control, I don't need to go beyond my abilities, but at the same time, because I have other people, I make a little effort. And Tai Chi is just gentle, gives you strong legs, you learn control. It's perfect for someone that cannot walk, but needs to exercise anyway. That's what I did. What can you do? Which situation are you experiencing right now, or you experienced in the past, and you know that you will experience in the future? What strategies can you put in place? You may say, but Kalinka, I do not have a sports hall next to me, do not suffer from fibromyalgia. Well, I hear you. If you need my help, just drop me a comment and I will be happy to brainstorm it with you, try to figure out some different option. I'm doing that for two of my friends, my close friends. And so your life is different than mine. I can give you as many examples and never reach to the place that you really need me to be. If your problem is more related to a food addiction or any other addiction, I have two crazy examples for you about my addiction to crisps. I think I talked about that in the first video. So, long ago, my husband had to be abroad really often, and I had to go shopping with my two boys. And I knew that as soon as I would step on that supermarket, I will target the crisp section. So my strategy, it was for my boys, I told my boys that they could embarrass me. They could call my attention every time that I target the crisps. After one or two times, I was really sorry that I said that, but it worked because they will not stop that. And I was never until today able to buy crisps ever again. So because I couldn't buy the crisps myself, nowadays my husband buys the crisps for me. The crisps that I absolutely love. They live on top of our fridge. And I have to ask my husband, and he's not full on board with that because he likes crisps as well, to say, please don't buy me crisps. But he doesn't believe me. I done a tantrum not long ago that he was never buying the crisp that I liked. I looked like a 2-year-old girl. But I think that right now I'm going to ask my husband not to buy me any crisps even if I beg, because it's getting out of control completely right now. I dream about crisps. I smell crisps. I could have crisp perfume if you ask me. No good. Another example. Throughout my last setback, that it was quite close to the date of this video, I noticed that I was watching episodes on purpose. So I could go from one to the other. Binge watching episodes, series after series after series. That's not all right. My strategy, I looked at that sofa in the morning and I mess up the entire sofa. I put it such a mess there. It's horrible if someone comes in because I like to have my house quite tidy. But I leave that sofa in such a state that it is not appealing for me to sit down. I will have to go and get the pillows from by the door. That's my strategy, not to look at that corner so appealing to me as comfortable. That's a different strategy. If what you're battling against is motivation, there's not much that we can do about that, because that lack of motivation is something that all of us have to struggle. Now, if you wake up with a motivation and your motivation goes out of the window throughout the day, maybe I have something for you. For example, when I stopped walking, I'm back on walking because I've done this that I'm going to explain to you. So this is based on experience. I decided that I would not sabotage myself. That has to be a decision. And I knew that every morning I would wake up and say, oh, it would be good for me to walk. At the beginning, I thought, okay, I need to walk, to go back to walking. What can I do? I set 15 alarms on my phone. 5 in the morning, 5 at lunchtime, and 5 in the end of the day. And those alarms will go every 15 minutes, reminding me that I should be walking. That is tough. Your first thought is, after one day or two, you just want to turn them off, but that will be sabotaging yourself. That is something that actually worked with me. I don't need the alarms anymore. I go out, I'm back on track. But I will apply these as many times as they are necessary. What about you? Do you have any different strategies? Would you like to share them with everyone else? Are you really stuck and everything that I told you does not help you? Would you like to comment and then I can be back to you? I'm really creative. Don't be surprised if I text you with something that will be the solution of your life. It is impossible to be prepared for every single thing. But the things that fall on a pattern, especially our setbacks, especially on a weight loss journey, it is difficult. It is difficult, but I think that you and we can help each other. I really believe so. Don't forget that if you see it coming, if you know yourself a little bit better, you can be prepared for the things that are repeating themselves. But you also have to remember that a setback is not a setback if you only passed 1 or 2 days. Because we all have those days that we are not okay, or we are thinking, or we are just not happy, or we are so busy that we actually can't find the time. Now, if you can't find the time for 2-3 days, you have to be prepared. And that's where all of the strategies that we're talking about, they come into place. If you see it coming, the setback will not happen. But if you're already in the middle of a setback, you need this video here where I show you exactly what I've done to move from that place that you are right now to the place where I am today. I'm back on walking and doing much more. May God bless the work of your hands.